makeup amateur and a YouTube amateur, and welcome to my channel. I'm talking about lip products in this video, so these are the ones that I was using throughout the month of March, trying to get a better feel for which ones I should hang on to, which ones I should rediscover, and which ones I should throw away. If you missed the first part of this series, it'll be linked below and also at the end, but the four main brands that I was focusing on this month were e.l.f, BareMinerals, Ofra, and Iconic London. The first two are from BareMinerals. These are both relatively new to me, and I like them a lot. I got this in the Chic Beauty box for January and February. This is the Gen Nude matte lipstick in the shade Boss. It is a little bit drying. It does dry down to a full matte, but it is pretty comfortable, and the color is like a nice rich neutral. This other one is their Gen Nude Lip Lacquer in the shade Major. This one came in a set of minis with the powder and the primer that I talked about in my last video, but this one's actually full size. It's a nice pale pink. You know, it's a lacquer, so that's kind of what you would expect. Feels like a lip gloss, mostly opaque, pretty creamy, but it is a tad on the sticky side. This is the Iconic London Plumping Lip Gloss in the shade Nearly Nude. This came in a BoxyCharm a while ago. It's exactly what it claims to be. It's a solid peachy nude sort of shade for light-skinned people. It's semi-translucent, so I have used it as like a topper shade a couple of times, and there's a little bit of shimmer to it. It's very sticky and tingles like you would expect a plumping gloss to. I don't really like how it smells. And the wand is a doe foot applicator, but it's weirdly flimsy. Like, I'll demonstrate with the tip of the tube here. You press it against your lips and it flexes a lot. This is the e.l.f. and Alissa Ashley lip gloss in the shade Nude Rose. This was a limited edition collaboration from years ago, and I think I have to throw it out because something about it is off. It smells like dirt, and it didn't used to smell like that. It used to smell very sweet, and I'm really sad because I loved this color for years, and then I kind of put it away and didn't really use it. I don't know if it was because I kind of forgot about it or because I was like afraid of using it up because they didn't carry it anymore. And it got buried in a drawer, and I guess it expired. I threw out another e.l.f. lip gloss a while ago. I think it was one of their plumping glosses. It was actually newer than this one, but it started separating and I couldn't really figure out why. So they don't last forever, and I get that. But I really wish they would bring this shade back because it's so pretty. It was a perfect neutral gloss. If I, couldn't decide what I was going to wear on my lips that day, I would grab this and it went with like any kind of look. It was so great. And even the packaging just looks really special. It also is not one of their plumping glosses, so it doesn't have that tingly effect that I don't really like. And I know a lot of people don't like it either. These are the e.l.f. matte lip color. I always used to call them the lip crayons, but that is actually not their name. I think they were called that because they came out before the matte liquid lips came out. So they're actually not that matte. They're really more of a cream lipstick, but they don't have much of a sheen to them. I think these are a seriously underrated product. I used to have two more of them, including one called Praline, which was my favorite shade. It was this really rich, warm brown shade. The other one was a red, and I had to throw them out because they started growing mold. This is a very comfortable formula. It's more smudge proof than your average cream lipstick. And they come with sharpeners in the base like that. And then the base also just shows you what color they are. These two here, Tea Rose and Natural, look very, very similar. Tea Rose is just a little bit cooler. So I only wear it in the winter because when I look a little more tan, if I'm wearing a cooler shaded lipstick, it ends up looking very gray and it kind of makes me look like I have frostbite. Wine is a deep, rich red, and I don't wear it a lot, but if I do, I end up being surprised by how much I like it. I think I'm going to get rid of this one, which is Berry Sorbet, because it's just a little too bright for my taste, and I never really think it looks right on me. It skews more on the purple side of pink, but it's very bright. I got these two, plus the two that I had to throw out in a holiday set, so they were reduced. I think they were, these were originally $4 a piece if you buy them separately, and I think the whole set was like $10, and then on clearance, so I probably got it for around $6. And then I got the other two later on. I don't think if I were buying them individually that I would have ended up purchasing Berry Sorbet. So it was worth it at the time to get the discounted set, but it's just taking up room and it's going to waste. This is the e.l.f. Moisturizing Lipstick in Wine Tour. I'm wearing this right now, and I just found out that they don't carry this shade anymore, which means I am never parting with it. Even though I don't wear it all that often, I still really love this color. It's the first really bold berry lipstick that I ordered for myself, and I remember being so excited when it was on its way to me. The formula is so comfortable, and it is kind of easy to smudge, but it doesn't come completely off, if that makes sense. Like, it will transfer, but if you're like drinking coffee or something, it's all over the coffee cup, but it hasn't really like disappeared from your lips. These are the e.l.f. matte liquid lipsticks. This formula is a little drying. It wears off sort of fast, and if you try to do like multiple coats of it, it starts to feel a little bit rubbery. But if you apply it in a very thin layer for a short amount of time, it looks really good, and they are very pigmented and obviously inexpensive. So Praline is the first one that I bought because I love the Praline shade of the matte lip crayons. But this one is actually a fair bit cooler, so it's more of just like a deep brown. This one is Wine Tour, which again, I bought because I love that shade in a different formula, but this one actually skews much deeper purple than the one I'm currently wearing. This one will also stain your lips a lot. It's hard to get off. Of the three I have, the Modern Metals shade is probably my favorite, which is funny because I usually hate wearing red or orange lipsticks. This is the limited edition shade, obviously from that collection. There was also a gloss you could get. I think it was like a gold color. This is a really nice shade, especially for the fall. It's a nice orange red, and I will say the formula actually is a little bit different than these other ones. I think it is slightly more lightweight. And I don't know if that was like an intentional change they made when they came out with this collection, or if it was just like an accident because of the color, but it's a little more comfortable to wear. This is the e.l.f. lip stain in Nude Nectar, and this is such a weird product. It's basically a marker you color your lips with. This was the first shade I bought. I eventually ended up owning like 4 of this, and then I whittled my way back down to the one that I started with. It just works the best for the formula. It is kind of a red, like it's literally a felt tip marker. They sell an eyeliner in basically this exact packaging. It's kind of a terracotta red shade. There was a pink one that really just looked like I had used like a pink highlighter on my face, but this one somehow worked. I don't understand it. I don't really wear this on its own anymore, but I find that applying it under red lipstick helps prevent it from bleeding. So I kind of use it like a lip liner. I have 3 of the Ofra long-lasting liquid lipsticks. This is a formula I had heard people rave about when I was getting into makeup. It's a little on the thin side. It has great staying power, and it smells really good, like cupcake. This one's called Ipsy Unzipped. It's in the old Ofra packaging. They since like rebranded everything. This one came in an Ipsy, so I think they have this shade in like a full-size permanent one just called Unzipped. It's a pink shade. It's like a mid-tone pink. One like really obvious dupe that comes to mind, this reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Catnip. Monaco is one that I got on a BoxyCharm. It's a metallic pink. I think I prefer liquid lipsticks that have like a gold shimmer to them if I'm going that route. This one has more of a silver shimmer, and it looks a little too cool toned and robotic for my liking. I have a Stila one that's a similar shade, but the undertone is gold, and I think I prefer that one, so I may get rid of this. Havana Nights, I believe, was a collaboration with Kathleen Lights. This was also in a BoxyCharm, and it's a very rich, very vampy red. Although I don't wear it much, I know I've said this a lot, red lipstick is not an everyday thing for me. I really do like this color. This is the Velvet Lip Perfector from Clarins. Mine is in the shade, I think this is in the shade 1, but I don't know what the name is. I know there are more of these. This came in a BoxyCharm. It's the only Clarins product I own, and I just threw it in this month because I realized I didn't have very many nude shades here. I mostly have like reds and pinks. It has like this powder puff kind of applicator here. NYX has a very similar product where there's the fuzzy bit at the end and then kind of like a cream product that you squeeze out. Like, I'm not gonna waste it, but like you can kind of see it coming out there. I do like the shade a lot. It's just like a very basic nude with like maybe a hint of mauve to it. It's perfect for my skin tone. However, I will say it's very messy to apply because, you know, the applicator is so fat and it's like coated in product from past uses, so it's really hard to be precise with it. It's also a pretty thin liquidy formula, so it smears very easily. However, it kind of feels like that liquid evaporates once you have applied it. And it's not that it's drying, but it just kind of doesn't stay in place. Like it's just sitting on top of the lips. And if you touch it, it's gone.